Looked sometimes by people who can afford Harleys, which are expensive but possibly worth the money, is the Honda Shadow.
Oh, really?
Yes, which is the same style motorcycle. I've actually sat on one of these before and I loved it. It felt right at home and I felt like
I have sat on this motorbike, and it is quite exuberant.
it is a rather marvelous motorcycle indeed.
Yes.
Yes. So, the new ones are like 6 grand. That's a fraction of 18 grand.
Fraction of 18 grand.
Yes.
Yeah.
A third, to be precise.
Wow.
So, even better, I've looked on Craigslist. You can buy a used Honda Shadow for like 3 grand or less. A lot of them are like $1,500 if you look hard enough, and that's very affordable for what you get. You get a good bike. Good bike, excuse me. It's probably
A good bike.
a good bike as well, whatever that
A good
means.
bike.
So yeah, it has the styling. It's probably a bit more of a no frills kind of thing. It's a very simple cruiser style motorcycle. It's probably like driving a Toyota Avalon versus the Harley being more like a driving a Lincoln MKS or something.
Indeed.
You could think of it like that.
Okay. Almost.
It's probably less bells and whistles, maybe a little slower, but I mean it holds its own. You can ride it on the interstate just fine.
It's a good starter bike.
It's a great starter bike, although it might be a little bit on the bigger end.
I
but-
suppose so.
I've noticed that the bike that's really best for starting out on from Honda, which is the Rebel, they're a little bit more expensive. I don't know why that is. So I'd probably just start on a Shadow and just try to learn how to adapt.
Okay.
So yeah, you may see me rolling up on a Honda Shadow.
You see me rolling.
They hate him. Bing 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 bang. Bing bang, bing bang. Anyway, so yeah, and I will conclude with the fact that as far as sheer reliability goes for power sport motors, Honda takes the cake. I've had Honda ATVs, and they weren't perfect, but they were easy to get parts for and easy to work on and maintain as far as that kind of stuff goes. And a lot of times they'd start right up and they'd just run. So
Well, there you go.
it's kind of like the power sports version of my hard bodies.
Hard bodies.
That thing just runs. It doesn't give up. As much crap as that thing's gone through in its life, but shit, it keeps going.
And Aiden.
Amen, amen. Anyway, tell us about your suggestion for the NBA.
Well, my suggestion for NBA teams recommendation that you might want to look into is the LA Lakers.
As predicted by Hendrix.
As predicted by Hendrix, indeed.
Yes.
Yes. Let's just take a roster. Let's take a peek as to who has been a LA Laker, shall we? One of them is Paul Abdul Jabbar.
I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Magic
Yes.
Johnson, another one.
Definitely heard of Magic Johnson.
Shaquille
Right.
O'Neal.
Yeah, Shaq, of course.
The man behind Shaq Fu and Shaq Fu 2.
And Buick.
And and of course Kobe Bryant.
Rip.
Rip him. Great man.
Got LeBron.
LeBron James. That was gonna be my final one, but yeah.
We got
LeBron.
Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, Du Bois.
Yeah. D boys. You know, they've been in a lot of championships, a lot of conference titles, and a lot of division titles.
See, I've always felt like the Lakers would be the basketball equivalent to the Yankees, though.
Yeah.
Or the Patriots.
Now I'm seeing it, I would probably agree with you there.
Okay.
I forgot how many people were actually a Laker.
Like, I hear a lot more about the Lakers than I do the Bulls, but maybe
Yeah.
you've heard otherwise.
I don't know. I mean, Bulls, I would say, looking at this, knowing how many people are on it now, I was like, oh, well, never mind then. But, I don't know. The Bulls, for me at least, are the Yankees.
Okay. I
But-
can respect that.
Yes. The Lakers might be the overall Yankees of basketball because of so many people that have graced over there. One thing I would say, though,
Yes.
is
Success.
there's a lot of stars there that want to be taken more seriously and
Right.
not like, you know, as part of a team, but like without me there wouldn't be a team, you know.
Yeah.
And that's not the way of base basketball, I guess. There's been a lot of great people that have been on this team, but
Yes.
I don't know. They just need to like stop with the, stop having their head like plastered all over the place and just be like a team.
Yes.
Be
I agree.
Sit down. Be humble.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Indeed.
Like Kendrick Lamar says,
Indeed.
bitch, sit down, be humble, and so
I
on
think
and so forth.
honestly, I think Kobe kind of took that.
He
like
did.
I think he became more humble as time went on.
He did.
Yes.
He did. I agree.
Became more of a family man. So
He did.
Kobe did learn his lesson. Shaq, I think he was forced to because he was a terrible actor. And he was in Shield. He was in Steel,
Yeah.
which sucked. But anyway, he was a great ball player. And there's a lot of people from this team that are great ball players.
Oh yeah. Of course.
I could go on about it. How many division titles, how many conference titles, a bunch of other things. But you know, I'll say this is a great team. It's probably the Yankees, I would say. But still, I would still go for the Bulls. Honestly, I root for the Bulls. But if you wanted to bet everything on March Madness, that this is the team.
The Lakers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
they're
is
in the
team.
top. They're definitely not like the Hawks slash
Oh no. No.
the Warriors are.
Indeed.
Well,
Absolutely.